back to another episode of Sammie's Pressure King Recipe Channel. So today we're going to be doing one of the most requested recipes on our group, which was the chicken fried rice. I have started in my 6-litre model and I've currently put 2 sprays of fry light in along with some diced chicken breast. We're going to shred this down a little to start with, so once it's cooked it will be a little more like chicken fried rice. First of all, a few thank yous to Zoe Q. Is it Zoe Q? I never know how to pronounce your name. Is it Zoe Q? Yeah, I think so. Or Q. Zoe Q. So Zoe, thank you so much for helping me out with the recipe and the timings and how to scramble and all that sort of stuff. I believe this recipe is from a lady called Vicky McGowan. So Vicky, thank you very much for your recipe. I know that it has gone down an absolute treat in the group. Whilst I'm talking to you guys, I'm just putting the chicken on the browning function, or the meat function / stew, with the lid off, just to brown off the meat. So that's just going to get going whilst I'm talking. So ingredients, what you're going to need is, this does say 3 cloves of garlic, but I'm not using garlic, and I'm also not using any onion because I don't have any to hand. So you need 3 cloves of garlic, 2 eggs, 1 onion, and then 3 PKP cups of basmati rice, rinsed under cold water for about a minute. I know some people say they don't rinse it, and that's fine, and it still worked out the exact same way. You're going to need 3/4 of this cup of light soy sauce. Now I'm not using that much of soy sauce because I'm not a great fan. So that's that, and you're going to need your 1/2 pint of chicken stock. That is ready and waiting to go in, along with 1 final cup of frozen peas, PKP size cup. So at the minute we're just going to be browning off the chicken. This recipe is divisible to go in all different machines, so you can cook it in your 3-litre, your 5 and your 6. And I know that we do have members in here that don't actually own a Pressure King Pro, that own things like Cookworks or Instant Pot. It's all adaptable. I just believe that on yours it will be under saute, I think it is. So I'm just browning this chicken off at the minute, and then we're going to get going. I've got my laptop over here. I am reading a bit of a script today, just so that I've got the recipe up on there. So I've currently emptied my rice because I split the bag accidentally. I've currently got my rice in a food bag, and this is just basmati long grain rice. Now, after the disaster that we had last time with brown rice, we attempted to do that in here and it failed miserably because we didn't realise that brown rice actually takes a hell of a lot longer to cook. So the brown rice didn't go down well. So we're going to stick with normal white rice today. All I've done so far is added the chicken. Now these are quite big chunky pieces, so they're taking a bit longer to brown off. But as these are browning, I've added a little bit of salt and a little bit of seasoning to it as well. Let me just find out what seasoning I used. I won't lie, I did forget. Where's it gone? So we've added a little bit of Chinese 5 spice, just to give it that little bit more of a Chinesey flavour. Now we're not actually having any kind of curry or anything like that with it, so it's just going to be as it is on its own. So we're hoping that this comes out with a really nice batch of flavour. Also, I am just going to add a tiny dash of cumin, just because I know it likes to lock in a lot of flavour with that, and it's nice to go with the chicken. Just seeing what other spices we can use. We've got ground coriander. If you want to make it spicy rice, then you can. But what I'm going to do, saves you listening to me and being boring, I'm just going to brown off this chicken, and then once this chicken's browned, we'll come back and we will get on with the next step. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so the chicken is now relatively browned off. We've got a bit of a burn on the bottom of the bowl though. I think that was because I forgot to put a little bit more fry light in, but never mind, we can get that cleaned off once we have finished and dished up this dinner. No. So the next step is to add your 2 eggs. Now you can beat them in a dish. I'm just going to go straight in. But with this, you're going to need to continuously keep stirring and don't let it go like a fried egg. It needs to go like scrambled. So, mind you don't get any shell in there either. And then next one. So what we're going to do, oh, that's me cancelling my function like an idiot. So put that back on. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stir the mixture of egg into the chicken until it goes like a scrambled consistency. That should start heating back up in a sec. Then once that is done, we are then going to add the rice, the soy sauce and the chicken stock, and then add the peas at the end. So we're just going to keep stirring and let that go to, just hold my side with my little mitts, go to like a scrambly egg kind of consistency, and just keep stirring that throughout, otherwise you're going to end up with a few fried eggs in there, and we don't want that, do we? So just keep stirring. Now, like I say, this is my first time doing this. I've never made chicken fried rice from scratch before. So I'm excited to see how it turns out. And I know this was one of the most requested items to be done as a video tutorial. So I hope that you guys are just as impressed as I am. Hopefully with a good result at the end and not a messed up one. And I'll show you this consistency in a minute. So this is chicken and egg. Ow, that was really hot. It spat at me. So we've got quite a decent amount of chicken and a decent amount of egg consistency in there. So I'll just bring you over and show you what it looks like. So there you go, as you can see. Excuse my bit of burn on the bottom of the bowl, that's because I didn't put enough twilight in. So we've got egg, which is a scrambled consistency, and we also have the chicken. Just turn you around now and show you the next step. Okay, so I'm now going to cancel the stew function, or browning function, sorry, and just keep stirring that a minute just so it doesn't get stuck to the bottom until it cools down. And then the next step is, just 1 second. That's the chicken all nice and diced up, along with the egg that is now very scrambled. I was always worried about doing the egg because I had visions of me ending up with like a fried egg on the bottom of my bowl, but that didn't happen, so it's all good so far. So that's looking pretty good so far. So the next step is to then add your rice, soy sauce and your chicken stock. Now, like I say, I ain't one for soy sauce, so we'll see how that goes in a sec. But rice, let's see what we needed to add of rice. So we need 3 PKP cups of basmati rice. So just give it some stir so it's not going anywhere. So 3 cups of this rice. Mine's in a bag, as I said. You can rinse it, but I'm not going to rinse it. We'll see how this goes, shall we? So we have 1 level cup, 2 level cups, followed by a 3rd. Now you can make this recipe, 3rd. You can make this recipe for more people simply just by doubling the quantity of the ingredients. So once you've added that, because that's still going actually, so I need to be careful that's not going to start burning things out. So give that a bit of a mix to start with. Make sure you get your chicken and your egg coming through just nicely. And then it says add the rice, the soy sauce and the chicken stock. So I prepared my chicken stock, so it says half a pint, which works out to about 560 some mils. So that's mine done. So that's mine in and mix. Give that a bit of a mix around. So we've got the rice in there as well. Where are we now? So we've added the rice. I added the peas at the end. Stir them through once natural release is finished. Okay, well, this recipe says that they added the peas right at the very end, where once the natural release was done, they just stirred it through. I ain't going to do that. I'm just going to whack all mine in together. So this does say 1 PKP pot of peas. So I'm going to whack them in, but then, to be honest, there's only a few in there anyway. So I'm just going to add the extra peas in just to get rid of them. So we can start a new bag of veg. So I'll give you a look in a sec and show you what this looks like. See what you guys think. Like I say, first time doing this, I'm hoping it goes right. So that's that added in, and then I am going to add a little soy sauce, but it's going to be nowhere near as much as a 3/4 of a cup. Probably just be like a quarter or something, because I don't do soy sauce very much. So this is 160 ml, so I'm just going to add 40 mils instead of 3/4. Pongs a little that. There we go. So that's the soy sauce added as well. So just give that a good mix round. And now that is now ready to go on. So now that's done, I'll bring you over now, show you the consistency and what it's meant to look like. Okie dokie, so as you can see, that is everything in. The rice is in, the chicken, soy sauce, the eggs, that's now scrambled consistency, and that is now ready to go. So I'll turn you back around now and show you the settings. Okie dokie, so my lid is now on well, it's on the hinges anyway. So the timings for this is going to be, it's going to be cooked on the rice setting for 6 minutes and then wait about 12 minutes for natural pressure release. So this is a natural pressure release recipe. Natural pressure release and normal release are two different things. So once you finish your food with the normal release, you will literally lift up your valve and let it open and let the steam out manually. With natural pressure release, you leave the machine completely after it's finished beeping for about 15-20 minutes normally, and then the steam then has escaped and you can open the machine without having to let out any steam, because it's already done that through the natural release itself. So what we're going to do, and just to reiterate, just shutting this lid down and making sure the valve is set to closed. One thing I will say about this is if you do have a machine that doesn't hold a rice function, then you can do this on steam, you can do it on pasta. It doesn't have to be set onto the rice function. So that's the machine sorted. So my machine does hold a rice function, and I'm just going to alter the time to 6 minutes and press start. So that is now my recipe on and ready and hopefully going to cook nicely. And then we'll come back in about 20 minutes and show you what the final verdict is. Now, for those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. I'm Sammiie. I'm the owner and the creator of Sammie's Pressure King Recipe Group on Facebook, and I'm also the owner and the creator of Sammie's Pressure King Recipe channel here on YouTube. We're fast approaching 1,000 subscribers, so thank you so much to everyone that has subscribed. Make sure you tick on the little bell next to the subscribe button to get notifications of when we do upload our next videos. We've got some fantastic recipes coming up, so make sure you do not miss any of those. If you'd like to join us over on Facebook, as I say, we are Sammie's Pressure King Recipe channel. Recipe group on Facebook. All these things get confusing. So Sammie's Pressure King Recipe Group on Facebook. We're the only PKP dedicated group on Facebook. And like I say, we're fast approaching 9,000 members over there. So feel free to come and join us should you so wish. I'm going to let this cook, and then I'll be back in about 20 minutes and show you what the next step is and see what our food looks like. See you in a minute. Okay, so we're back. The lid is finished and we are literally going to open up, and fingers crossed this is going to work. I don't have a clue what it's going to look like. Oh wow! I am utterly impressed. This has come out absolutely amazing. Let me switch you around so you can see. So as you can see, that has come out absolutely incredible. So I'm going to go ahead and plate this up and give it a taste and see what we think. Yeah, literally that's given me 3/4 of a bowl full of chicken fried rice, and it's literally going to be enough now to feed a lot of people. So we'll turn it back around, plate it up and see what we think. Oh, turn that off. Right, we're going to do a little taste test and see what we think of this chicken fried rice. Fingers crossed it all tastes cooked. Let's get a bit of chicken in there as well. That is gorgeous. As I said, it's such a quick and easy recipe to do. It took just 6 minutes with 12 minutes natural pressure release. It's a good way of using up any old veg and anything else that you want to stick in there. It is absolutely fabulous. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm going to go sit down and eat this now because it tastes really good. As I said earlier, if you'd like to join our recipe group, it's Sammie's Pressure King Recipe Group on Facebook. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers now, which is fantastic. If I can help in any way, if you need any questions answering, please go to the first video, which is the common questions and FAQs. You should find any answers there. If there isn't an answer to your question, leave it in the comments below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Other than that, thank you once again for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.